Is it just me, or is his body expanding as he breathes? That's really weird. If you were growing up in the late 90s and early 2000s, extreme sports were starting to become way more popular. You had Tony Hawk, Matt Hoffman's BMX, Tony Hawk, Shaun White's snowboarding, Tony Hawk, SSX Tricky, and of course, Tony Hawk. You really didn't see surfing games, but there were a few during this time that released. There was even a pro surfer game, but never really caught on like its skateboarding counterpart. Extreme sports games really aren't made that much these days. The last game I can really think of is actually the Tony Hawk 1 and 2 remake, which is one reason why I was really excited to try this out. I was given a free key from the dev team through Keymiller, which is a great site where content creators can request early access and provide exposure for indie titles. Thank you, Keymiller, for providing me with the free key. Before I get into the weeds of this review, I first want to say that this game is more likely the dev team's or person's first project. I am pointing out things that are a bit humorous, but I hope they can find better guidance and this becomes what they have envisioned. We all start from somewhere, and possibly with future updates, this game improves greatly. With that out of the way, the game starts abruptly in a beach shack. Oh, okay. You're advised to talk to the bird, which is a new addition to try and guide people on the objectives, according to the most recent update. I want cracker. This is where I noticed that the character model inflating as he breathed. Or is his body expanding as he breathes? That's really weird. You are given a few goals to complete. If you keep talking to the seagull, you kind of get some funny dialogue, but the voice acting is a little bit more comical without trying.
Shifty beach break, so the waves don't always break in one place like they would at a reef break.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Water, and when you are ready, choose contest from the menu.
Menu.
Okay, oh, okay.
Sounds like either the devs themselves have recorded this dialogue or had a friend or family member do the reading.
That way you don't have to believe it.
Once you finish speaking to the bird, you're then able to go and try to complete said goals. Which, this is a good time to bring up the controls. I was wanting to invert my camera controls. Yes, I am one of those people. However, there aren't any control settings from what I could see, which also isn't too much of an issue as the camera is locked vertically, but still be able to pan the camera around. As for walking and running, it feels fine for the most part, a little loose, but not too bad. You're able to jump too, which sometimes comes in handy. Before I started exploring, I did try to find myself some equipment to be able to surf. I saw the first NPC wondering if he would guide me to where I needed to go. This is the conversation I got instead.
Friend bought me these shorts.
Oh, that explains it. They are pretty.
These islands are full of adventure. Look around at all the new
What?
islands you can explore.
Okay, that was really odd. The description did say it has humor. I guess it's their attempt at it. After that riveting meeting of the minds, I saw a shack across from me. This is the first spot, there are many, you are shown for the surfing tutorial, which feels a bit odd and out of place. You also get your first board, which is a boogie board. I want to draw attention to the illumination for objects in this game. Holy crap! They're way too bright. You're able to see them, yes, to interact. Kind of don't really. But man, it could be a little bit more subtle. It says you picked up, but doesn't really provide any visual feedback. I then come across the shaper, with a lot of untextured boards, which I get that these aren't complete boards, but there could be some kind of texture applied to it to make it look like something. If you then keep along the path, you come across the surf shop, which you're able to collect a new board. Like the boogie board, there isn't any indication that you picked it up. There is text at the top of the screen, but I wasn't bothered to read what it told me and how to switch to it. I did go back to the board while still in the shop, and it did say to change my board in the menu. I tried, but it didn't seem like it did, and I was unsure. I also didn't notice in the upper right hand corner it shows what board is currently equipped. Swinging the camera, the game wants to bring your attention to a book. This starts to show some larger cracks in the development of this title. Okie dokie. Oh, whoa! Wait. Jump. That's... Yeah, they didn't code this interaction to have your jumping function not be active. Keep going down the path in front of you, you'll then happen upon the surf school. Good. Okay. At this point, since there's a bit of freedom in this game, I decided to start exploring. I came across some currency while I was looking around. As I was doing so, I found out what happens when you make contact with some deeper water. This is... Oh god! Yeah, on the boogie board, and the paddling animation is a bit funny looking. After looking around a bit and seeing that there are other areas of interest, I decided to try and learn how to surf. Well, that wasn't the easiest thing to do. The water fixes don't always seem to work. If you've been enjoying the beach-style music, there isn't any. Not until you actually start riding a wave, it kicks in. Which there are two variants. Yeah. After attempting to use the boogie board, I wanted to change to a surfboard. Once I finally had my board in hand, I went back to try and ride some waves. Not successfully, mind you. After attempting to surf, I decided to look around some more and spotted a tower. This is how you're able to get to other parts of the map before you get your own means of transportation, which I honestly didn't get, but we will see why. You are greeted with a guy in a boat. When you enter the boat, it has a very awkward sitting animation that you just snap to. The boat also has an odd choice of a sound effect of the engine. What's the sound of this motor? It's like a gurgling sound. Or bubbling. It is also a bit jarring with the speeds it goes. It is a crawl of possible spots of interest, but then it goes into ludicrous speed once it's past the location. Whoa! Whoa! Where am I going? You then come across the surfing contest, which is one of the major goals to complete. Surf contest. That's where I want to go, because I'm really good at this game. I went up to the NPC to teach you how to start the contest, which is just an odd way to handle it.
Would you like to enter a contest?
Yeah.
I sure would.
Great. When we are finished, go in the water, and when you are ready, choose contest from the menu.
Menu. You don't have an entry from talking to an NPC. You go into the start menu and start the contest yourself. Let's start. I tried for several minutes trying to get a wave to ride, and this location was very difficult to try and do anything. There is an NPC that gives you a hint on how to tackle it, but I just wasn't able to ride any waves properly here.
Shifty beach break, so the waves don't always break in one place like they would at a reef break.
It was at this time I decided to no longer play this. As I mentioned before, I am sure this project is a team's or person's first project. As of right now, it is not an experience that I would recommend to anyone to try out. As I mentioned at the top of the review, I hope this team can find the guidance to improve this title and it becomes more of what they are envisioning.